Mesdames et messieurs, la Marseillaise.
And we welcome you to our special coverage of the 2014 Antigua International Basketball Tournament being held in Antigua, France. At maghaharap ang Gilas Pilipinas and the French men's national basketball team. Magandang araw po, Miko Alili with Coach Richard Del Rosario to bring you this tune-up game. It's a pocket tournament and we're facing France in this tune-up game.
Bonjour, monsieur.
Yes, Monsieur Bon.
Monsieur
Bon.
And I'm sure everybody's excited, no? Dito makikita na natin in action nating Gilas Pilipinas in this pocket tournament. Palapit ang FIBA World Cup, and right now, you know, interesting to see how yung chemistry has been forged, especially with Andre Bloch in training. You know, syempre doon madidevelop yung chemistry, pero dito yan masusubukan in actual games. So it will be interesting, and of course playing France, Miko, no, napakalaking challenge ito para sa ating Gilas Pilipinas.
Of course, Coach Chot Reyes spearheading the campaign of Gilas Pilipinas in this tournament that is, well, as you know, already involves France. They're the host team. And then the Ukraine and Australia also part of this. As you look at that's Coach Vince Collet, and this is his lineup. You see some familiar names here. You have Nick Batum, of course, Evan Fournier, another Boris Dia, of course, and Ian Mahinmi. I mean, these are your NBA guys, and
Gobert.
And Gobert and all, and the rest of these guys, they're veterans. You know, they won the Eurobasket last year.
Yes.
They actually beat Spain in the semifinals in that tournament, and although they are losing their heart and soul, that's Tony Parker.
Tony Parker, yeah. Yun ang mamimiss natin ngayon, no, si Tony Parker. In this particular tournament, France lost to Serbia, and right now I'm sure they're looking for payback as well, and in time for their preparation for the FIBA World Cup tournament. France is in a difficult bracket, no? Nasa Group A itong France, and that's why kailangan talaga nila itong magandang performance prior to our FIBA World Cup. France is grouped in Group A with Spain, Iran, Brazil, Egypt, and Serbia.
And we'll take a short break. We'll bring you the tip-off between Gilas Pilipinas and France when we return.
Sama-sama tayo hanggang sa dulo ng pagsubok, di susuko, kaya mo, sige lang, sige.
Ako ang tinadhana sa aking pagtungtong sa entablado. Mabuhay ang delikadong Pinoy! Masisilayan ang kaastigan ng mas magigiting nating mga talento. Let's do this.
Okay, back with us dito sa ating coverage of the 2014 Antigua International Basketball Tournament, or the Tournoi de Antigua. Tournoi de Antigua. And you know, I think our fans are beginning to realize, as we look at the starting unit for France with Jalabal, Ian Mahinmi, Boris Diaw, Nick Batum, and Antoine Dio. Pabigat na pabigat yung mga kalaban natin sa tune-up.
Oh, definitely. And, you know, kaya nga, importante dito kasi, in playing a team like France, yung alisin mo na yung sindak factor eh. I mean, when you go to the FIBA Worlds, ngayon pa lang masanay ka na makalaban mo like Diao and Mahinmi, and of course Batum there and Gobert, no? So medyo mawawala na yung sindak factor, and then you know, you get used to playing guys with the size of this team, and of course malalaman rin natin, no, yung offense natin, how will it work, and how we can also match up against sa rebounding against a taller squad.
We're also seeing our officials for this game, and there's Nick Batum spearheading the starting unit for Coach Vince Collet. Coach Vince Collet, matagal na rin siyang coach ng France, and you know, for France, naroon rin sila process of discovery, because they also need to find out ano ba ang how they'll perform without Tony Parker.
That's correct, and you know, he's like he's not just a good basketball player, but he's the leader, and he's just like a coach on the floor. And pero yun nga, wala na si Tony Parker dyan, so let's see how France fares in this tournament. We see a lot of Filipinos here in the arena, at talagang full force rin ng suporta, syempre, para sa Gilas Pilipinas.
Ian Mahinmi will tip it off against Japet Aguilar, Jeff Chan, Gabe Norwood, L.A. Tenorio, and Andre Blatch. That is the starting unit for the Philippines. And first possession goes to France, part of the tour of this is part of the tour of the French national team, the Tournoi d'Antiba. And Boris Diaw with a miss.
So right off the bat, an offensive rebound and a put back here. You can see your size factor will play a big in this game.
2-0 for France. Mahinmi with the putback. There's Andre Blatch with a miss. Loose ball, napunta sa France. And here's Diaw, and you know, he can play point guard.
Yes.
And we all know that by now. Diaw, meantime, being hounded by Tenorio. Nick Batum against Gabe Norwood. Here's Diaw. And a miss there by Diaw. Rebound, Japet Aguilar. Japet trying to locate Blatch. Blatch for three. Rebound, Gabe Norwood. New shot clock for the Philippines.
Yes, that's right. And Blatch taking both attempts for the Philippines early in this game. Ito sa setup na ni L.A. Tenorio at dribble drive offense.
Here's L.A. He goes inside, outside to Blatch. Shot clock down to 9. Blatch to Tenorio. Shot clock down to 6. And L.A. with a miss. And a rebound for Jelabal. Diaw to Dio. And now Mahinmi. Back outside to Dio. Bullet pass. That was tapped, but it stays with France. Batum, and a very tight bounce pass. And the ball will go back to the Philippines.
Yes, as you can see, our defensive game plan here against the post play of France is full rotation tayo on defense. We double on the post and we go full rotation. And that's that time was a good defensive effort para sa ating Team Pilipinas.
Norwood to Japet. And over to Blatch. Shot clock down to 10. Andre Blatch on the move with a wild shot. Putback is good, and the Philippines were on the scoreboard.
You know, after that, so 3 out of the 4 attempts by the Philippines come from Andre Blatch. Kaya rin naman natin siya kinuha, no? Kasi yung confidence ni Blatch in playing teams like France, hindi siya na-intimidate, and you're hoping that it would rub off to the other players para sa Gilas Pilipinas.
Meantime, there's a turnover. Still tied here at 2 apiece in the opening period. This is a pocket tournament that involves host France with the Philippines, Ukraine, and Australia. And Diaw with a miss. Nick Batum with an offensive rebound. Bagong shot clock for France.
Yeah, you know, see Japet Aguilar is struggling in fighting over screens. He's guarding Diaw, and they're really setting up Diaw with multiple screens.
Ian Mahinmi is fouled by Andre Blatch.
As you can see here, another penetration to the basket. Nice pass. Almost a dunk. Ito si Mahinmi will have to take it from the free throw line.
Importante. Crucial din itong mga tunal games for Blatch. I mean, not just in the sense that you get into the flow of the offense and yung makuha niya yung philosophy ni Coach Chot. But also, yung malaman niya ano ba yung tendencies nila. LA, nila Gabe, nila Japet.
Yung sinasabi natin, no, yung chemistry. That's why you join tournaments like this, no, to really solidify your chemistry. As sinasabi natin, during training, yan, madidevelop po dyan. As we see a steal here by Norwood.
Gabe Norwood going all the way for the layup, and the Philippines ahead. There's a swipe by Gabe, and he goes all the way for 2.
And Gabe Norwood, sanay dumipensa rin kasi ng mga import yan, no? And he has the length, and he has the quickness. He plays a guard in our league, and right now he has the quickness to match up.
Meantime, Gabe clipping Nick Batum on the arm.
Well, as you were mentioning earlier on, when it comes to chemistry, kasi dito sa mga tournament na to, dyan yan, hindi lang masusubukan pero masosolidify, in playing actual games. And that is very, very important. And also, dito mo ma-develop yung mga sudden adjustments in game situations, because in a FIBA tournament, yung mga ganito, you only play teams once, and wala ka ng second round, kumbaga, to play them again, unless you meet them in the later rounds. Pero you really have to make sudden adjustments, game time adjustments, and yan na masusubukan dito sa Pilipinas.
Japet Aguilar with a nice dish. We're getting the nice dish from LA Tenorio.
Oh my goodness. Ito si Japet Aguilar, nagpakilala ka agad.
Play of the game brought to you by Smart Bro, tomorrow's internet. And a 2-point lead for the Philippines. This time an easy bucket there.
Well, I think with that dunk by Japet Aguilar, medyo siseryosohin na itong France, and they would realize that they have a game in their hands.
All tied at 6 apiece. Foul there against Nick Batum. Blatch. As we approach the 6-minute mark of the opening period. Blatch against Diao. Blatch. Here's LA kick out. Jeff Chan goes to Japet. Japet fires. No go. That ball ends up with Batum.
Oh, that was really off time. Oh, and an alley-oop play for France.
With Jalabal finishing the alley-oop. Dio to Jalabal, who was all alone.
Yes, that's right. The importance of transition defense after a turnover. You have to sprint back. You can't give dunks like that or layups. We're missing badly from the outside.
Missed there by Gabe Norwood. 2-point lead for France. As we're near the halfway mark of the opening quarter, Nick Batum outside to Dio. Dio for 3. Rebound, Jeff Chan.
Lucky that time on defense. Nobody rotated to the shooter.
A strong move by Andre Blatch. Shot won't drop. Batum to Dio. And we're halfway done here in the opening quarter. And you immediately see that Jalabal is trying to post up LA Tenorio.
LA doing a good job of fronting. As you see here, Blatch, he's the one initiating the offense para sa ating Gilas Pilipinas. Showing some aggressiveness in dribbling the basketball. Ito, makikita natin LA, fronting. He was called for the foul as we see Mark Pingris for the first time.
Pingris coming in for Japet Aguilar. 2-point lead for France.
Oh.
And that's a bucket plus the foul coming from Jeff Chan. And Jalabal with a 3-point play opportunity.
Yeah, took his eye off his man and was caught behind. And that's something na papasakit ang ulo dito ni Coach Chot Reyes, as ito si Jeff Chan nilabas kagad after that mistake.
yung level of competition natin bigla, no? You were coming off yung earlier tune-up games natin.
Yes.
And then you suddenly, face France as Jalabal completes a three-point play. And parang nag-skyrocket yung quality of the opposition because now you're playing against the Eurobasket champions and a lot of NBA players.
And that's the only way to improve as an individual, and as a team, to play at this level. And I'm sure the players are very excited. You can see tentativeness here, a little bit of tension. Kita mo yung mga miscues natin, turnovers, but that's natural, that's normal. Once they settle down, and make a few baskets and get their confidence going, things will be better here for Gilas Pilipinas.
Nice pass by Batum, and a foul there on Mark Pingris.
A lot of times they're really being caught on those ball screens, and we have to do a good job of really staying with our man. Kasi lalaki rin naman nagsiscreen eh.
Kasi malaki lahat.
Oo, malaki lahat.
Man on the line is Lauvergne. Just entered the game actually, coming off the bench. Also part of that Eurobasket champion squad, and Lauvergne makes it or hits to both free throws. It's now 13-6 in favor of France.
And you can see France employing more pressure defense from the backcourt.
Blanche, shot clock down to 10. Andre Blanche.
That's counted.
Yep, basket is good.
See here the agility here of Andre Blanche.
Lauvergne was late, trying to go for the shot block. Dio will sit down, and Thomas Hurtel is now in the game.
Here's Dillinger also in the game. This time no double at the post. Pero makikita mo, off the ball, ang daming cuts to the basket here for France. They're very active. They space the floor really well.
Volley to Jimmy Alapag. Jimmy. We're down by 5 points in the opening quarter. Jimmy to Dillinger. Jared Dillinger against Batum. Jared trying to locate somebody here. Paul Lee, he steps back, he fires a three.
Off the
gets
glass.
It off the glass. Yes, sir.
Well, that's what you call an emergency shot. France was playing great defense until they're shot by Paul Lee. They're not allowing penetration to the basket, covering their man individually. Pero Paul Lee to the rescue that time. Yan yung makailangan talaga ng Team Pilipinas, yung outside shots. We need our outside shots to fall in. There's a double team once again.
That's a foul against Paul Lee. Slightly bumping Nick Batum, who was on his way to the basket.
And ito nga, itong France recognizing that double team. So every time they get the ball to the post to initiate their offense, they're not settling for kickouts beyond the three-point line. They utilize their size, yung laki nila. They drive to the basket because you have a guy like Paul Lee, kanina, L.A. Tenori or Jimmy Alapag trying to stop them driving to the basket. May hirapan talaga ang ating mga gwardiya dyan.
Earlier you saw the entry of Evan Fournier. Any given time, you will have like 2 or 3 NBA guys on the floor for France. Paul Lee, this has been a self-discovery for him. Nakikita niya what he can do on the international level, and now he gets to try what he can do against NBA players.
This is a great experience for our players just to be here on the same floor with these players. Ayan na naman si Blatch. And you can see Blatch is trying to prove something here. At makikita mo, mag-sign up na ba si Blatch?
Sa free throw school mo?
Di ba? Yato parang nakikita yung marami scouts dyan di ba? Eto, tignan natin. Kailangan ba itong mag-enroll? Naku.
Dapat hindi. Dapat hindi.
Yun na nga
Although, pwede natin padala ng GC, pero dapat hindi.
Ba't GC pa? Hindi na lang ako ipadala.
One-on-one tutoring. But as you mentioned, Andre Blatch, he's trying to prove a lot of things on many levels.
Oh, yes.
One, as you mentioned, he's also trying to secure an NBA team.
Yes.
Two, he wants to prove that he's perfect for Gilas.
That's correct.
So he's exactly the guy na yung pwede nating asahan as a nation.
And so far, he's performing pretty well in this particular game. You see him change that shot.
Pingris sends it to Paul Lee. We're down by just 2 points. Another 3 minutes remaining in the opening quarter.
Paul Lee.
And
Courageous drive to the basket dito kay Paul Lee. Oh.
that's against Nando De Colo and Lovernier. Meantime, here's Lovernier and missed that shot, bothered by Andre Blatch. And 2 free throws here for Paul Lee. He just went at it against Nando De Colo, played for the Spurs and the Raptors in the NBA.
Pinakakita ang fan siya, pero batang tondo to eh. Batang tondo to. Kasi, sila kaya magpuntang tondo. Tingnan natin.
Baka maluha sila. Meantime, Fournier and a foul. Bit of a late call there.
That was a late
Kaya
call.
lakas yung reaction ng mga kababayan natin
right,
in Antigua.
Remember, in international competition, you really have to control your emotions in complaining. Dahil yung mga referees dito, medyo short on temper din nito.
Right.
You really have to adjust, to adjust to the calls.
Florent Pietrus now checking in the ball game. As Boris Dia will take a break. So hindi pa natutupad yung yung pangarap ko.
Ano yung pangarap mo?
Yung magtatapat si Boris Dia at saka si Bubelga.
Mamaya yan.
Okay.
Ito naman first chapter pa lang doon ng game eh.
That will be a foul in the backcourt against Nando De Colo.
And you can see, grabe yung pressure defense. Off free throws sa backcourt. France, they have the size, they have the quickness. And when they pressure you like that, talagang magdidilim yung mundo mo eh.
Ito seryosong tanong. I mean, how do you control yourself from being overwhelmed by the fact that, ito katapat mo. Kunyari ito, si Jared, katapat niya, Nando De Colo. I mean, these are guys you watch on TV.
That's right.
And all of a sudden, as Pingris attacks and Pingris will miss. And Pingris tries to keep the ball alive, and he does. And that's the effort of Sakuragi. And we keep the basketball here. But going back to my question, how do you keep yourself from saying, oh my gosh, katapat ko, NBA guy? I mean, how do you try and forget that while you're playing the game?
Well, I'm sure, deep inside, talagang, yun na nga iniisip nila, exactly what you're saying. But, you're trying to accomplish something here. And, during the pregame, I'm sure the coaching staff have already talked about it. And right now, yung concentration lang nila is how to execute their game plan. And they're trying to accomplish something bigger than themselves in this competition.
Missed by Wertel, and somebody pushed Mark Pingris there.
Tsaka pag ganyan na medyo tinula ka na, hindi ka na, wala na, hindi na kita idol. Lovernier.
So let's say Lovernier commits the foul. And there's Nando De Colo trying to locate Wertel. And then he missed the three, and then nagkatula ka na dito.
Yes.
And that's why Mark Pingris is on the line. I have absolutely no doubt in my mind. Pingris is like the last guy who would be starstruck.
Oh, yes.
Kasi yung personality ni Ping, walang pakialam kung sino ka.
That's right.
If we're playing a game, I'm out here to win.
Yes. Ayun.
Isa lang naman na kinakatakutan ni Ping eh.
Oh, nandito pa sa Pilipinas.
Oo, si Ma'am Danica.
Mabait itong referee, nag-complain si Ping, basa raw yung bola. Yan. Pero ginamit niya, tuwalya ni Ping. Yan ang tingnan ginamit.
Baka si Jude Sukat, dinala dyan ha. Delikado tayo.
Mamaya nasa gilid pa yon.
Mamaya dyan, magsukat si Jude Sukat
dyan. Pinabantayan muna sa dugout.
Miss on the first by Mark Pingris.
Matagal na kasi kami hindi nagkikita nito si Ping eh. Kaya medyo Okay lang, relax Ping. Remember, Me.
Oh, yun,
kita
oh.
mo?
Kita mo.
Ha? Remember M, remember E.
So we're down by just one as we approach the last 2 minutes of the opening quarter, and Jimmy Alapag trying to hound Tomas Huertel, and that's going to be a nudge coming from Paul Lee. Part of the adjustment, lalo na kay Paul. What you can do and what you cannot do pagdating sa yung international officiating.
Yeah, that's right. Kasi dito hindi foul yun eh. Kinaan niya. So,
Gary will make his first appearance in the game, replacing Paul Lee.
kasi really our outside shots have not yet fallen in, and because maganda yung pag-contain defensively nitong France there's no breakdown on defense because they contain their man one-on-one. No need to help from their other teammates, kaya wala ring mga kick out to the open man and to get open looks for an outside shot.
Paul Lee hit a three-pointer off the glass earlier, and we obviously would need more of those. And right now, it's a three-point game para sa France, 18-15. Now, full court pressure being employed by the French, and Jared Dillinger sends it over to Andre Blatch. Blatch on the move, trying to locate Gary. Someone's hurt. Fournier is hurt.
Yeah, I think hit the railing also, no? Yung
Stanchion.
ayon pagka
Hinintay niya, nag-pick up charge siya kay, or at least an attempted charge kay Andre Blatch. I think tinawagan na ata tayo ng offensive foul.
or I think last touch na tinawag kay Gary David. Probably the referee saw him deflect the ball a little bit.
Fournier will sit down, and Edwin Jackson, number 9, is now in the game for France. And under 2 minutes remaining in quarter number 1. Jackson against Dillinger. De Colo. Back to Jackson. They try to go inside, and the basket is good, and that's a push coming from Dillinger, and basket is good for Pietrus.
Well executed play there, and Pietrus had great inside position, had Jared sealed behind him, and all he had to do was turn around and shoot the basketball. Jared was in poor defensive position that time.
But he fails to complete the three-point play. So it's a 5-point game for France with a minute and a half remaining in the opening quarter. Pingris joining Jimmy Alapag, Andre Blatch, Gary David, and Jared Dillinger on the floor. Gary, shot clock down to 7. Jimmy Alapag, Jimmy on the move. Jimmy, and it's going to be last touch on Mark Pingris. Pingris felt may humila sa kanya, no? Kaya hindi niya nakuha yung pasa. Hawak-hawak siya ni Huertel.
And you can see we're having a very difficult time penetrating inside the paint, and that's a key component also in dribble drive. Kasi ang philosophy dyan is key or three. It's either you shoot inside the key or you shoot a three-point shot, and a lot of it depends on penetration to the basket. As we see, buti na lang, maganda rin ang dinidepensa rin natin dito. That's why hindi masyado nakakalayo itong France.
Nice swipe there by Gary David. Last touch on Nando De Colo, and we have under a minute remaining in the first period. Philippines down by 5. Marcos Douthit entering the game, replacing Andre Blatch, and Douthit will miss. Huertel, Lovernier, good help by Ranadel de Ocampo, and it's a turnover.
That's right. And if you can hold France with 20 points in the first quarter, I mean, you would have to applaud the defensive effort here para sa ating Gilas Pilipinas.
Kasi sa lagay nito, di ba, we're still waiting for the Philippines to get yung rhythm natin with their perimeter shooting.
Yes. Yun na nga sinasabi na, it all boils down to the initiation of the offense, which is the penetration. Kanina si Blatch ang tagtatry na mag-initiate. Right now, hindi rin maka-penetrate guys like si Jimmy Alapag. So where we end up just dribbling the basketball from beyond the arc, which is really not the offense that we're trying to do.
That's a foul against Pietrus.
Oo, paano mo naman kasi malalampasan? Ang hahaba ng mga bumabantay sa'yo. Ang lalaki, ang bibilis din.
I think we try and provide a little circumstance here. So let's say you're Jared or you're Jimmy. Ayun nakikita mo kasi, ayan, from that angle, kunyari, floor angle.
Yeah.
You're trying to see openings and you don't see it.
Yes, that's right. Kasi nga, well, it's hard to beat your man one-on-one. Pagka ganun rin silang kabilis, pareho sa'yo, mas malalaki pa sila sa'yo. That's why nakita natin earlier on, because Blatch initiating the dribble drive. He was playing on the outside. Nagtataka siguro yung mga iba nanonood. Bakit sa labas siya? Yun ang system na ini-employ ng ating Gilas Pilipinas as France looking for the last shot in this quarter.
You go to Pietrus and could be against Ranidel or Doubted.
I think it's going to be against Ranidel, but Pietrus is really just overpowering his defenders. And Ranidel caught reaching in.
So first personal laban kay Ranidel. 5 seconds remaining in the opening quarter. And Pietrus will make the first, pushing France ahead by just 4 points.
So have enough time here to launch a decent attempt. 5.4 seconds.
Jimmy Alapag, 3 seconds to go. Hoping to write the last sentence of the first chapter. Jimmy for 3. Yes, sir!
A great way to end the quarter para sa ating Gilas Pilipinas. And finally, we get something from the outside. Earlier on,